covering news where you live. This is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellis, and we're getting you caught up on stories around our area. Now, there were some power outages in Washington County after multiple transformers blew last night. That's when we saw a little bit of that snow come in. This was including in parts of Weddington near Wilson Park. Now, most of that power has been restored, with just about 100 people still without power as of this morning. Now, this video you're looking at here shows what people around that area saw when that outage happened in Fayetteville. This was near Weddington and North Sang Avenue. This is from viewer Kat Kepler. She posted the video on social media showing the flashes in the distance when that happened. She says she was eating dinner the first time, and then she caught it the third time on video right here. She says shortly before power went out. Now let's get the latest on these chilly temperatures, because we got to know what the weather's looking like today. Let's check in with 5 News meteorologist Zach Scott. Hey, Zach.
Yeah, it is chilly out there, Joe. It's going to be a cool one for us. We've got cool weather sticking around the next several days. Cloudy start, a little patchy fog out there. We're drying out. That snow will slowly be melting from those grassy surfaces as we go through the day. Going to try to even get some late day sunshine to try to move in from the northwest. But again, all in all, mostly cloudy day, peaks of sun, temperatures in the upper 30s, lower 40s for the northwest Arkansas region, lower to mid 40s across the River Valley towards the Ouachitas. And also, you'll factor in a northwest wind about 5 to 15 miles per hour, some gusts up to around 20 miles per hour. Late morning, early afternoon, that's when it'll be the breeziest. That's just going to make it feel a little cooler for us. We'll feel like the 30s to lower 40s today. So again, a chilly day for us. Cold night, scatter clouds. We drop into the 20s and low 30s. And then, hey, looking ahead to Friday, we could see some flurries. And then it's also looking a lot colder. We're going to get a little push of some extra cold air. We're talking about highs in the 30s and wind chills in the 20s to low 30s. Joe.
So much, Zach. All right, well, our area, we didn't get a whole lot right, but parts of Arkansas experienced, more than just an advisory, which is what we had here. Some parts of Oklahoma, rather, they were put under a winter storm. You see this video here, snowy weather, where areas were under that winter storm warning. Now, this video was captured early yesterday in western Oklahoma at the peak of the storm when it rolled in. This storm system brought some pretty heavy snow, as you can see, leaving highways pretty packed. Now, ahead of the busy holiday travel season, the Department of Transportation says it has fined 6 airlines more than $7 million for extreme delays in refunding travelers. The department also announcing that airlines have issued $600 million in refunds to customers for canceled or significantly changed flights since the start of this pandemic. Now, the DOT launched a customer dashboard recently to help travelers determine what they're owed if their flight is impacted. So if you expect to travel, you may check this site out. And here at home, as the cold weather sets in, experts, they're offering some tips on how you can prepare your home for these colder temperatures. Frederick Price shares advice on how to winterize your home.
If you wait till the last minute, there's things you're going to forget and you're going to scramble around and it's going to be kind of too late.
Thomas Carter with Precision Heating and Air says you don't want to be that person.
Go disconnect the hoses. If you leave them hooked up, that traps water in there and that'll cause that to freeze right off the bat.
Styrofoam faucet covers could be a big help, he says. You can get them at a hardware store for as little as $4. Carter also says it's helpful to know where your water shutoff valves are and how to use them.
If you have a frozen pipe and suddenly the temperature's warm back up and it ruptures, you need to know how to turn that off.
Think of it as preventative maintenance. He says that's the difference between a small repair bill and a huge remodel. As far as your outdoor pipes, insulation is key.
Insulation just holds heat, and that's all it does. It doesn't generate heat. If it's in a crawl space, that may hold a little bit of residual heat inside the pipe.
As we approach those cooler temps, for those trying to save money, you might think to switch your heat to off. Carter says not a good idea. Leave it on to protect things like the pipes in your kitchen and bathroom.
Even if you leave it set at like 65 or 60, it's still better than not having any heat on at all.
Keep the cabinets around your sinks open too. The heat could give your pipes an extra layer of protection. Finally, leaving your faucets dripping. We've all heard it, but is it a good idea?
Dripping is not the answer. You've got to leave the faucet running. A little stream, probably about the size of the end of a ballpoint pen.
So just a little bit more than maybe you do. I know it's a little bit more than I usually do, but now we know. Now with all this winter weather, you may have forgotten Thanksgiving is just a week away. I know it's already here, but because of inflation, a lot of people may not get to have a Thanksgiving meal without help from local food banks in the area. 5 News reporter Catherine Gilker shows us the demand actually that they're facing and how you can help.
The River Valley Regional Food Bank serves 8 counties through 170 partner agencies. Director Tracy Engel says they are seeing a 30% increase in the need this Thanksgiving season compared to last year.
The protein, the turkeys, they're double of what the price per pound of what they were last year. And a lot of families just don't have that money in their budget. So they rely on these pantries to, be able to go there and get their Thanksgiving meal this year.
At the Northwest Arkansas Food Bank, President and CEO Kent Eikenberry says his team has been preparing for Thanksgiving for about 6 weeks and already given out more than 7,000 turkeys. He says they are also seeing a rising need.
There are a lot of people who are in the charity food system for the first time this year. From fallout from COVID, or more recently, the inflation has caused people who are living on the edge to not have enough money to get by.
Speaking of inflation, Eikenberry says in 2021, the food bank spent about $2.5 million on food. And this year they are on pace to spend close to $3.5 million. He says they are able to help thanks to a supportive community.
A hungry student is not a good student, that they don't learn, and a hungry employee is not a good employee. Absenteeism is higher for those people who are food insecure. So the community has stepped up and knows that it's an economic impact on the community to help neighbors in need.
Both food banks say the need isn't just around the holidays, but all year long.
It's always a good feeling to know that you're helping someone need, but especially at the holidays, you don't want anybody to go Thanksgiving without being able to sit down and have that meal.
Covering news where you live, Catherine Gilker, 5 News.
Now, if you want to help those in need, you can donate directly to each food bank. With the food bank's buying power, though, $1 can provide 10 meals to those in need. You can find a link to that on our website. That's at 5newsonline.com. Well, thank you for joining us here on this Tuesday for the latest news and weather. Make sure to join us again tomorrow right here for more of the latest. I'm Jo Ellison. Have a great day.